You're probably wondering why I have all my cricket tank open. Well, I just got me some new crickets. So about 300 crickets and 2 dozen superworms or waxworms. Yeah, those are going to be good for tarantula feeding video 26. Ooh, my P Metallica is going to like that. So, you know what I should do? People are asking me how often do I feed my tarantulas. Well, I document all the tea feeding videos on my YouTube account, so whenever you see a new feeding video, that's when I feed them. Even though I don't record all the teas, I feed them all and record the best ones. Because you're not going to see a tree that doesn't eat. So, now I'm going to show you how I prepare my cricket food and stuff. So I gut load them to get them to adult size. So the first things you need to do is get a water dish. I'm using like a little hamster water dish with a some cotton. Don't use this for teas because the fangs can get stuck in the cotton. So don't use those for slings. Just if you want to water your sling, just do as I said in the general sling care sheet video. Miss a substrate. Okay, so the first thing we'll need is some dog food or cat food, dry food. Gives it good nutrients. Done. And now for some fruits and veggies. Veggies are really good. So I'm going to give it some baby carrots. Get that from the grocery store. I'm not going to give too much because I eat them too. It's good for your vitamin A. Whatever. Carrot's good. Okay, now you need some lettuce. Lettuce is really good for the teas, for the crickets. Yeah, there we go. Some lettuce. So, put them in good safe areas. Got that, and this I'm going to keep separate. So the tarantula feeding video, I'm going to make it on Wednesday morning. Because I gotta go to bed soon, I got school, and got a bunch of papers to write. Sucks. Anyways, so let's go transfer all those 300 crickets. So buy 300 crickets for about 15 bucks, and I believe 2 dozen crickets, mealworms are about $6. And those Goliath worms, I really would like to get them, but unfortunately you just can't find them now. I don't think it's the time of season. But these are these are good to feed tarantulas. A lot of questions asking me what sources of food should you feed your tarantula. Well, always buy domesticated stuff. Don't be catching stuff that you find in the wild because, who knows where it's been. Could be infected with parasite. The tarantula does eat an infected parasite. He's not going to make it. So just buy crickets or mealworms, or you can find Blaptica dubia roaches. Those are awesome. I wanted to have some roaches, but unfortunately, since I live with my parents, house rules, so that sucks. Who else is good? Locusts are a good way. Pinky mice or mice is not a good feeding regimen, or any lizards or frogs and stuff, because they are vertebrates and they have calcium. So a tea, even though a tea is an invert, like no bones, it does have a bone inside their carapace, which is the exoskeleton. So, what happens when they molt? They shut off their exoskeleton. So because a tarantula doesn't have any bones, the only place where it can store the calcium is up on the exoskeleton. So if you keep building up so much calcium in there, the molting is going to be very difficult for the tarantula, and it may not make it out alive, which is especially the case with T. blondies, the Goliath bird eater, since they're known for their chronic molting problems. So that's just my advice on them. People are asking me to give to my opinion on power feeding. Don't power feed. Way bad idea. because there's many cons for power feeding. For example, for one, don't quote me on this because I don't know if this is true or not. The male and the female become infertile. It means their egg sac counts are probably not going to be very high. As I don't breed teas or haven't bred teas before, I really can't back that up. Second reason is that although you want it to grow very quickly, you also shorten its lifespan by 3 to 4 years. Yeah, that's a toss-up. You want to grow your tea quicker, but that's what happens. You shorten the lifespan. And tarantulas really have very slow metabolism, so they don't really need to be fed every day. Me, I feed it once every 7 to 10 days. Whenever, like I said, whenever you see a new feeding video up on my channel, that's when I feed them. And the third reason, most important reason, some species, like from the genus Acanthoscurria, Lacidora, Thebedius, Vermictipus, essentially all those hungry bird eaters, they normally never refuse food and actually don't know when to quit. So they can become severely bloated and they can die. So feeding every day is really an unnecessary stress for a tarantula. Anyways, that's my take. So let's go transfer the crickets. Okay, now I'm going to cut it, split it. There's mealworms, and now I have to get this open. It was a chore, but it's all done. You can see all the crickets in there. Oh yeah, I did get in touch with Alex Owaity. It's been at least 2 weeks since I last reached him. Apparently he's supposed to be shipping my teas out. Hopefully by Sunday I'll get them, and that'll be really cool because my birthday is coming up on Sunday, so even though I don't look it, I'm going to be 27 years old. Awesome. Okay, so now let's get all the crickets out of there and into its new home until it'll get eaten by my tarantulas. Yeah, the only reason I don't want to do a tarantula feeding video now because, you know, it's all dark and stuff, and my camera really doesn't have great lighting, and my room lighting really sucks. So when I did tarantula feeding video 25, which is the best one I did, it was actually one of the best ones, and the light didn't have to have the flashlight, and it was awesome. Okay, so now let's get all the crickets. Okay, there's a bunch in here. And I really should buy a big Rubbermaid container. You should have it a bit taller than this. But hopefully I can be alright. So there's about 300 crickets in here. We got some babies, some pinheads. Pinheads are little small baby crickets that I feed from my 1/4-inch slings. And there you go. So hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.